Hi, welcome back. This is the second session related to the mini course from self-doubt to self-trust. So if you're watching this, please first go and watch the first part and come back to here. In this course, we're going to talk about how to deal with self-doubt, what are the points, and bring a better person, more self-confident, self-trust person at the end of the course. So on the second video, what I'm going to talk about is that, okay, what are the hidden fuel for self-doubt? I would say that the main point of the fuel, the one that gives energy and power to our self-doubt, is overthinking and imposter syndrome. You might have heard about imposter syndrome a lot of time, so I'm not going to focus on it, but I would say that the main important thing about imposter syndrome is that, for example, you're going to get a new project. Then because you're a perfectionist, overthinker, and everything at one side, you think that, okay, I might not be enough to deal with that. What if I won't do the project as it should be, or many other points related to self-doubt. Then you start completing the project, although you're not going to believe on your skills, but you start dealing with it, you complete the project, and then again, at the end, it comes something to your mind that, what if I have done something wrong? Or what if what I made and what is actually presenting is not exactly it should be, or not the way they asked for, the clients. And then you start thinking that even if the project was successful, it was my luck, not because I did everything, my best things that I could, but because it was my luck, or because somebody else has done something that brought this success for me. That's the problem. And this brings more self-doubt, more anxiety. You feel that you are not enough for anything, and it goes on and on and on. Overthinking is also another point which comes from it's closely related to imposter syndrome. It talks about, I'm not enough, I cannot take actions, things would not go through the points that I would like to go. I should be all the time anxious about the points. I should all the time be anxious about the things that is happening. All these points. But believe it or not, these are all happening in our brain and in our mind. And in reality, it's something different. For example, it's my own example related to 5 years ago that I started my online job. It was during the pandemic time. I was already a teacher. I had many classes, but because it was pandemic, institutions were all closed. We need to start online teaching. At first, I thought that I'm not enough. Online teaching doesn't mean anything. It won't bring the same results that we're thinking it will have. All these points. So I delayed, and I was during that time, and a little now, I am a perfectionist. So I wanted everything to be perfect. At the time, I wanted to enroll in one of these online websites, and I actually delayed more than 2 weeks to make the video and publish it and start getting students. I'm not perfectionist. Beside a teacher and a coach, I do photography. At that time, photography was my profession. Now photography is my hobby. But because I knew the techniques and I wanted everything to be highly professional, I delayed everything for many days. And at the end, it was the reminder of my mom that, okay, this is the deadline. At the end of this week, you need to publish the video. You need to start your profile, and I won't accept any excuses. If you want to stay in this house, you need to take that. If not, you're out. And actually, that was the time that I was like, okay, good or bad, let's start. I need to do something for my life. that was the time that I started my, let's say I enrolled in the website, I started my job. But even through those classes that I took, I thought that, okay, I'm not enough, I'm not doing good. It's an online job, it's going okay. I all the time got 5 stars and very good feedbacks, but I was like, no, they were kind. But one day, I just sat down and I just tried to be honest with myself that what are you doing? It's been more than 1 year that you're teaching. If everything was like a luck, if everything was only a challenge, a mistake or something, it won't happen more, it won't continue to be there for more than 1 year. So of course there is something happening there. Of course it relates to your skills. Of course that, okay, something is there and you're not seeing it or you're ignoring it. But the truth is something else. So I started to do something different. Then I started coaching. I went through different coaching, let's say skills, courses, and then here I am. But that time, 5 or 6 years ago, I was like, you're not enough, and something is happening, and you were not as good as you sound. But it's not truth, and it's all in our head. That's the point that I wanted to say. The reality usually is different than what we inside think it comes or it's happening. Let me get more deep inside the imposter syndrome. As I mentioned, imposter syndrome is something like a fuel for self-doubt. So we have around 4 or 5 type of people dealing with imposter syndrome. The first one is the perfectionist. Everything should happen in perfect format, perfect way. And if it's not happening on that way, it means that something is wrong. Why usually it goes like that? It's because you want first to control everything. You want to be best, so you won't get negative compliments, and that gets lots of energy out of you because no one, or not no one, but let's say many times you cannot satisfy every people's taste. That's the problem, because people have different tastes. It's a subjective point. What I'm doing now here on this video is maybe some people won't like it and they will comment that you just need to turn off your camera and go away. But I know that it's subjective. I know that we have different ideas, points, opinions, and I am aware of it. And based on that, I'm still creating these videos and this course and everything, because I believe even if I change point of view of one person here, I have done what I should do. So the first one is perfectionist. People think that everything should be in perfect format. If not, I'm a failure. Second is the expert. What do they need? They need to do everything in the best format. It's like, okay, I know everything. I know how to deal with the skills. And if I don't know, for example, how to fix this light, it means that something is wrong with me. But the point is that there are different specialists in different professions, and if I am good, for example, in photography, it doesn't mean that I should be good in computers. It doesn't mean that I should be good with carpenting or other points, because we are different people with different skills, different, let's say, likes and dislikes. This is also another point. Don't try to be an expert. A soloist. A person who believes that I only do the things in the best way, so I should do everything by myself. They never ask for help. They never cooperate in groups and teams or everything, because they believe that what I do is complete. I just only believe on the works and tasks that I do, so I just trust what I do myself, not others. And that is the problem, because again, it takes lots of energy, time. You feel tired at the end, and sometimes you won't get the result because you're spending lots of time and energy there, but still the result is something different. That's the problem. Another point about it is that it says you're a superhero or a superwoman. So what does it mean? It means that you try to be a Superman or Superwoman, sorry. So what you try to do is like to be a hero for everyone, everything. To bring good luck, happiness, every positive thing to other people's life. But the truth is that you're a single human being like others, and we cannot put everything there. We cannot bring everything. We need to also prioritize our needs, our values, our points. And the last point is that we talk about great mind, which means that, okay, I will be here, everyone is here, everyone are great, everyone are doing things better, and I'm still on the way of learning, and I am under control, or let's say I am not in the same level as them. Comparison, remember we talked about it in the first video. So all of this talk gives you more self-doubt, more, I don't know, overthinking, more rejections, more regrets, and that's not very useful, I can say. Or that brings the points that, okay, come on, do something different, bring something new. You are more than just sitting down and regretting and crying and bringing negative feelings to your life. You're a human being with beauty, with lots of good skills, with prosperity, and you can bring your own luck while you're thinking in this way. Sometimes, even with people that I talk to for the coaching points, as I mentioned earlier, there are very successful people, very successful, but because they don't see their own values, they get into the trap of this self-doubt that I am not enough, I'm not doing good enough, I am not getting enough money. She's getting, for example, 10,000, 20,000, but still she believes that she's not getting enough, she's not enough, things should be better. I'm not saying 10,000 is okay and she should stop. No, of course, all of us, we're looking for improvements, we're looking for enhancing our life, we aim for better life, but how you see it, how it becomes your goal is completely something important that you need to take care of it. So there are 3 questions I want you to ask yourself when you start overthinking, or when you feel that you are getting trapped into this self-doubts, imposter syndrome, and overthinking that nothing is going right. First and foremost, is what I'm thinking about true or not? Is what I am questioning true or not? Is it exactly how it should happen, or it just happens in my mind? Second, is it helpful? So it's like the points that I am talking about them now, are they helpful? Or you can also talk about hopefulness, because if they don't bring hope to your life, it means that it's not something good. Are the things that I am thinking about, they're helpful, or they're bringing more anxiety and negative feelings to my life? So the first question is it true? The second question is it helpful? And the third question, does it move me forward? So does the things that I do, I think about, and I get stuck to, help me to move forward, to bring better life for myself? Or it's just like a trap that I will get stuck to it and I can't move forward. I can't do anything after that. I am stuck and I cannot move. Even I cannot go backward, let alone forward. These are the 3 main questions. I really want you to go through it. You can pause and write down the questions. It's very important. And as an exercise that I want you to do at the end of this video, I want you to sit down and write about one overthinking point, one thing that goes in your mind over and over again. Analyze it depending on these 3 questions that I said, and come to the conclusion that whether it is helpful or it's just a play of your mind and you need to put it aside, or you need to change it with something more positive, something that brings better actions to your life, pushes you to act rather than get stuck. See you on the 3rd video.